on the 13th day of October. Thank you so much for joining us. This is your lunchtime news. My name is Patricia Lokoma Mpango, and straight away into the bulletin. The First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Mrs. Janet Museveni, has met the ambassador of Russia to Uganda, His Excellency Vladlen Semevlos, and discussed further cooperation in the education and the sports sector. The First Lady appreciated the friendship and cooperation between Uganda and Russia and was grateful for the support Russia gives Uganda, especially the scholarships through the Ministry of Education. She, however, regretted the failure to fully utilize these scholarships, sometimes owing to the financial constraints of the students who are required to partly fund their first studies and stay in Russia.
The friendship and cooperation between Uganda and Russia and was grateful for the support Russia gives Uganda, especially the scholarships through the Ministry of Education. She, however, regretted the failure to fully utilize the scholarships, sometimes owing to the financial constraints of the students who are required to partly fund their fare, studies and stay in Russia. In recent years, the number of Russian state-funded scholarships allocated to Uganda have been steadily increasing and now stands at 50 partial scholarships at bachelor's, specialist, master and PhD level in the Russian Federation universities in the year 2023 to 2024 academic year. She welcomed the plans that are underway by the Russian Ministry of Education in collaboration with the Russian Orthodox Church to establish a vocational training facility in Kampala in the near future, which will be run by the Russian experts to train Ugandans.
We have done a major support to the government of Uganda and to education in particular, and we can't know how to thank you, because that will take the problem that we have now. We have technical institutes, but we do not have people who have the technical know-how to train our people. And so when that happens, we will let you know what professions we lack and we would like to start with. And then if they can be trained here, so that our technical institutes can have trainers, really, we will be so grateful indeed.
She also lauded the good news of a vocational training project that has 218 fully funded scholarship slots for Ugandan females starting next year, while the males will be accommodated in the subsequent year. Russia's ambassador to Uganda said that Russia attaches special importance to the two countries' relationship in the field of education.
We've been doing this since the Soviet times, when we established here the Busia vocational training school, which later evolved into Busia University.
Okay.
Because it was our thinking that we need on our part to help Uganda to develop professional skills and to raise as many professionals for the national economy.
Right.
So now Busia is one of renowned universities in Uganda, and which is very successful.
The sports minister Peter Ogwang pointed out the challenge of lack of sports doctors and their training in the country. He reported that during his recent visit to Russia, the sports minister of Russia promised to help Uganda in this area. In another development, the Minister of Education and Sports, Mrs. Janet Museveni, has appreciated the government of India for the fully sponsored scholarships it has been awarding to Ugandan students over the years. She requested the Indian High Commissioner to let it become the norm for all scholarship offers from Government of India to be directed through the Ministry of Education and Sports. She said this will help the students to know the available offers and also ensure easy follow-up of all the courses taken up by the learners, as well as follow-up of the students while in India. The First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports was welcoming India's High Commission to Uganda, His Excellency Upenda Singh, who paid a courtesy call on her at State House Nakasero. He was accompanied by the Second Secretary, Political, Commerce and Consular, Jitendra Singh. The government of Uganda has been receiving 35 full-time sponsored scholarship offers at undergraduate, master's and PhD levels from the government of India. In addition, India also offers over 150 high-tech scholarships to people already in employment each year, and these are handled under the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. It also offers between 50 to 100 scholarships to military officers in defense institutes in India every year. His Excellency Upenda, who recently joined the Indian High Commission in Uganda, said he loves the country and appreciated the President, government and people of Uganda for enabling the integration of the Indian community in the society. The meeting was also attended by senior technical officers from the Education and Sports Ministry, including Permanent Secretary Katie Lamaro, the Under-Secretary of Finance and Administration, Dr. Jane Egao, Commissioner for University Education and Training, Timothy Sejoba, and Mase Mugoa, plus the National Council of Sports General Secretary, Dr. Patrick Ogwell. Reporting for UBC, Baguma William.
And then happenings with the UPDF, Uganda People's Defense Forces, led by the 403 Brigade Commander Colonel Kidega Obura, are grappling with persistent assaults by the armed Turkana pastoralists who had been prohibited from grazing in Uganda. Now this week, during an operation to evict them, a group of armed Turkanas launched an attack on UPDF soldiers, resulting to one soldier sustaining injuries, and he is being hospitalized in Moroto.
Received the two guns, the old man from Kiriama, where our forces carried out operation on 22nd September, impounded 91 cattle, 12 donkeys, and all along we have been waiting for our brothers and sisters from Kenya to bring the gun used to attack our forces. And so far they have handed over 2 guns and we are demanding 1. But due to the dry spell around here, we decided that we shall not keep on keeping this animal around here because it's bogging down our operation. And today, that's why we have been invited, we decided to hand over back the 91. The other side in Nagadana, yesterday at around midday, the same Turkana arm with AK-47 attacked our forces which are on foot patrol, injured 1 soldier, the right arm, right now is getting treatment in Moroto. And we are still using the same method. We want to send a message to our brother and sister in Kenya today, especially to Turkana, so that they come and we hand over those animals after they have given us the gun. Yesterday they used more than 5 guns, SMG, to attack our forces. So far we impounded twice. Yesterday about 40, and the other time about over 1. We are going to have this problem throughout this dry spell, but we are ready for it. We are following directive and we are not going to relax. 91 at least 2 delivered, and today we are handing them 93 cows plus 12 donkeys. But the event has been so good, and we want to encourage the same kind of dealing other than hostile kind of dealing. This is so good. Thank you very much.
To the elders like you, ask them, we were denied entry into Uganda because of 2 or 3 people. Why don't we give out these 3 people to the government on the other side so that we can be allowed entry? We know there is drought on the other side, no water, no pasture. But can we allow to suffer? Can we go on and suffer just because of these few elements? So we will continue to sensitize them so that they won't be crossing over with their weapon. And then maybe lastly, just one question, whether they will continue to graze here or what is the way forward, sir?
Animal, you drive your animal back to Kenya. That's why we told you here that we are acting on directive. Hey. My brother there know the directive from the president. Hey,
Now, leaders from Uganda and the Democratic Republic of Congo are currently gathered in Kinshasa for a significant diplomatic meeting. Their primary objective is to devise strategies to rebuild and refocus their economies, thus enhancing the social, political and economic ties between the two nations. Uganda's ambassador to Kinshasa, Alhaji Farid Kalisa, has highlighted the urgency of addressing non-traffic barriers to boost trade relations. The focus on trade barriers is a central theme at the 8th Joint Permanent Commission meeting in Kinshasa.
We are here to participate at the gathering of two countries whose relations are strong, based on historic bonds and a shared vision of peace and prosperity. We acknowledge the long-standing fraternal ties, good neighborliness, a common ancestry, cultural and linguistic heritage that is rooted in the common Pan-African virtues of Ubuntu. Your Excellency, the Joint Permanent Commission offers us a platform for continued engagement, and it's within the process that we are better positioned to devise solutions to address the common challenges faced by our people across the common border and within our countries. We absolutely need to consolidate efforts in strengthening our bilateral relations, and I wish to commend the government of DRC for the cooperation extended to Uganda in the peace and security sector, including the Operation Shuja. It's within the same vein that we commend the government and the people of the Democratic Republic of Congo for their cooperation and facilitation of the participating and deployment of Uganda contingent in March 2023 to join the East African Community Regional Force for stabilization efforts and ensuring the restoration of meaningful peace and security in the region. Your Excellency, the 8th DRC Uganda JPC is taking place at a time when we are rebuilding and refocusing our economies following the COVID-19 pandemic and the natural disasters that have plagued our region in the recent past. Through our bilateral cooperation, we are well placed to rebuild our national economies and contribute to the economic recovery of our region and indeed our continent.
Now, in Busia district, authorities are on the lookout for Vincent Wafula, a landlord accused of negligence that led to a tragic death of 18-year-old Annette Ageki. The young girl drowned in a septic tank located in Nangwe B village, Eastern Division of Busia municipality. Residents claim that Wafula, who remains at large, covered the pit with deteriorating plywood, which had weakened due to continuous rainfall.
Reached the scene, but when we reached the scene, we got that somebody has gone in the septic tank, which was left uncovered, and that's why we are struggling now to rescue the body. Yeah, it was exactly negligence. You can't cover a top of the shadow with a light wood, which rots at any time. So this man is leading because the wood are the rotten.
Kwa landlord na engineer hao ndio wamesababisha maafa ya msichana huyu. Ingekuwa alitengeneza hii vitu vizuri na kuitengeneza kwa wakati, kwa sababu tunasikia pia wapangaji wamekuwa kulalamika kuhusu kashimo hiyo, wapangaji wa nyumba hii, na landlord hajakuwa responsible kwa hiyo kitu.
Now, Moroto District's resident District Commissioner George William Wapua is urging residents to report irregularities in the parish development model in the district. Numerous beneficiaries have expressed grievances about receiving funds less than 1 million Ugandan shillings. These concerns were raised during a parish development model, that is a monitoring event organized by Uganda Broadcasting Corporation's Karamoja's sub-region radio station, Uganda.
That's PDM funds monitoring and routine control.
We developed a strategy. The title is called Get Involved. Therefore, as the members of the public, you are supposed to be involved in monitoring the funds.
A promotional media event which has been organized by government jointly with UBC, Totore FM in Moroto. Now the purpose of the promotional event is to ensure that everybody is brought on board in the implementation of PDM. All stakeholders should be informed about the modalities of implementation.
And me as a role to play, and that's why I love the slogan, get involved. It's not only the RDC, the cow, myself alone, the LC1, but all of us have a role to play in PDA.
Now, as of the RDC, we appeal to those people that whoever notices irregularities, especially extortion of funds by stakeholders, especially the implementers, or those who deliberately frustrate the program, are reported so that we can follow up at the level of RDC and the Chief Administrative Officer.
It's time for us to take a short break and return with more stories.
Pay or shop with MTN Momo and get cash back every week. It's free of charge.
Wano nno tuli Bukoto era lero wetugenda okugaba pichipichi yaffe eri omuwanguzi waffe wano wetuzze.
I'm so excited and I'm sure even all the people, all the staff at Kwaliwath are all excited. We thank you very, very much.
Myaka 25 nga MTN eweereza naye nga buli week tugaba pichipichi 5.
Very, very excited. I'm excited about MTN giving back to its customers. I'm really grateful. Thank you so much, MTN.
The fact that we have won really shows that people like Mama. Their services are really nice. MTN, your services are okay. The network is good. We are satisfied.
Chikola sense ne?
Use the Momo app or dial *165*3#.
Juko. Yo. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real.
real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a poultry project, and now things are moving.
Joko, I thought I was one of your friends.
You are,
but you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief, and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government, designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better.
PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or gift.
Get freaky too. Dial *100*0# to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial *100*0#. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *100*0# to get started.
Airtel. A reason to imagine.
The doctor says you are getting better. I have a list of suspects in my file here, but I need you to help me identify the thief who attacked you. This cat thief again.
Malaria is a thief. Don't let it rob you and your loved ones. Prevent it by sleeping under a mosquito net. Clear bushes and all stagnant water around you. If you notice any symptoms, go to a health center near you to test and treat, and ensure to complete your full dose to avoid severe malaria, which could lead to death.
Tubaniriza mu Jinja Central Market twidi wano okubanga twedusa abantu okuwaayo kumbaga ya mwenemu nga bakozesa momope kati mu Jinja Central Market sobola okubanga tuwayana abatyambye momope neri kwogeza abantu obwama
tamu ndalo otemu mukaga otemu itanga otemu sita onige isatu onige ash onige yes.
Aye nga tuwayo tikashi nga tuwayo nga tupita ku momope enkola ya MTN miga 70
Pay or shop with MTN Momo and get cash back every week. It's free of charge. Use the Momo app or dial *165*3#.
Welcome back. As we continue, Amos Lugolobi, the State Minister for Finance and Planning, has stressed the importance of instilling leadership skills in students during his address at a Youth and Students Conference in Kayunga District. The event aimed to empower students from secondary and tertiary institutions with leadership abilities has seen Minister Lugolobi emphasize that it is crucial for parents and teachers to nurture leadership qualities in students.
Because at all these levels you need leaders. So we really need to inculcate the spirit of leadership within our students, within our young people, so that they become good leaders. We have seen the consequences of having bad leaders. They can demolish an entire society. They can demolish an entire economy. They can cause a lot of destruction because we, the existing leaders today, we can only be there for some time. Afterwards, we have to go away. And then these people have to take over. But what kind of people are you having to take over this leadership?
The advice I give them is they should be focused. They should be focused and they should be disciplined in their fields, because being a leader is not only, it does not end at school, but leadership comes from God.
Among the topics that we have discussed today, one of them is about how student leaders can balance academics with leadership. So the only message I can give to the student leaders, one, you should always stay focused. you should always consider your academics, because leadership is good, but your academics also contribute too much to your leadership. Because of what use after you finishing your school, when you have been a leader, but you go out with a transcript which is full of nines, which is not clean. Like, we should always engage ourselves in academics.
I urge all people who think that they are studying from rural areas not to fear themselves, not to be nervous, especially when they come to the university level. If you've been a leader in your high school, regardless of its location, I urge you to keep up the same spirit when you get to the district level.
Now, Airtel Uganda, in collaboration with American Tower Company, Uganda has introduced a digital community center in Hoima Oil City with a focus on enhancing digital literacy. The center is housed in Hoima Public Library within Hoima West City Division as part of Airtel Africa's Educational Accessibility Project.
The facility at Hoima Public Library features 20 computers connected to the internet thanks to the partnership between American Tower Company and Airtel Uganda. The initiative aims to provide increased access to essential learning platforms. Dorothy Kabagambe Semanda, the CEO of American Tower Company, emphasized the significance of this venture.
It is dedicated and it is free of charge. So please come in droves, come in numbers. Bring your children. It doesn't matter if your mother is 60, 70 or 80. Let them come and study free of charge, because we must change Uganda. Uganda, you need to agree with me. Do we need to change Uganda? We need to change Uganda. We can only change Uganda by getting the education to the youth and to enable the people that need to work to do the work that they need to do.
Rajesh Agrawal, the Chief Technical Officer of Airtel Uganda, elaborated on how the collaboration empowers the community by leveraging connectivity for social development, financial literacy, and career development.
But this is not the end of it. We are going to provide, together with the American Tower Company, the skills which can be developed for the children, for the students here who want to learn the computers, in providing the teacher and continuing with the program of internet and the digital learning.
Local leadership in Hoima district urged the youth to make full use of the Center for Research and Educational Purposes, stressing that not only through active engagement can the digital community center achieve its intended objectives.
As government and security, we pledge to preserve this hub, to make sure that it's our important resource and we'll guard it jealously.
The ATC and the Airtel, they've given us an offer. They're going to be training different people in IT skills, and they'll be giving certificates. So we can use those certificates to start up some simple businesses.
Access to the internet is globally credited for enabling individuals in developing countries to tap into the modern economy and access information around the globe, opening up a world of possibilities.
And on to the international scene, the Arab League foreign ministers are set to convene on Wednesday to address the ongoing conflict between Hamas and Israel. In particular, there is concern on Egypt's commitment to averting a potential mass exodus of people from the Gaza Strip into its territory.
1,200. The United Nations says more than 250,000 people have been displaced inside Gaza. Foreign ministers from the Arab world are today holding an emergency meeting to discuss the conflict. Well, for more, our correspondent Adel Alfmaroui joins us live from Cairo. Adel, welcome to the program. Thank you for joining us here on Africa Live. Adel, what more can you tell us about the Arab meeting and what will they hope to achieve?
Well, the Arab League meeting is an emergency meeting for the foreign ministers of the Arab world, and it comes by a request from Palestine and Morocco. And it, of course, comes because of the recent escalation and the violence, especially after Israel waged war over the Gaza Strip. Besieged and with no humanitarian access to it, the Arab League will be also including UN officials like the Commissioner of the UNRWA, the United Nations Refugee Agency for Palestinians, as well as the Secretary General's envoy for the Middle East peace. It comes as the Arab League no longer is aiming at only releasing statements of condemnation, but the Arab League is trying to push forward for something that could be more of a permanent solution, to have a united stance towards what can resolve this conflict that has been stretching for over 7 decades, and violence breaking out from time to time with no apparent end. So the Arab League today will be focusing on providing an initiative or a plan that it believes could end the Palestinian crisis in terms of reaching a two-state solution. And
well, that's all we had time for. Thank you so much for allowing us into lunchtime space. My name is Patricia Lokoma Mpango. Very good afternoon to you.